All right, good morning, Cyber Traders. Welcome back on this lovely Tuesday. Again, a nice little rally of 380 points. Hopefully, everybody's excited. Good to see you, Renzo. Good to see you, Grant, Lawrence, James, everybody at Cyber Trading University, everybody on YouTube Live and Facebook. Always great to be back here at 9:30. We've got a lot of stuff that's moving on, a lot of green going on the watch list. You heard about a settlement with Walmart. You heard about the inflation numbers regarding about, what was this? The number came out, it was like a producer product rise. Didn't go up as much as they thought, making a little bit of a market run up here. We're close to about almost 34,000, which is a little concerning to me because we're at a major resistance levels. We're almost there back in August, but that was a hell of a bounce in the last couple of days. I mean, actually, in the last month and a half, a lot of great volatility. We got that big resistance levels right around 34,000 to 35,000. So we're getting there. So there's been some nice little moves, some nice little cheap stocks. I know you guys are doing really well on the swing trade. I know Josh was doing the swing trading course because remember, to be a good swing trader, you got to be a good day trader first, and that's why we always teach you that. To be a good options trader, you got to be a good day trader first because it's the movement of the stock that makes an option move. But that's what happened, and like I said, and there's a lot of good stocks that are moving in the market. You can see I'm getting double digits on a lot of these stocks. Even Costco's doing pretty well. Amazon's making a little bit of a comeback after hitting the lows of 87. BJ's getting close to the all-time high. Disney took a huge hit, came back a little bit. So there was some really good buys. I got a little nervous. Home Depot, I don't know what happened. They beat earnings, and then obviously the thing was down. Took a little bit of a hit yesterday. That one's obviously doing pretty decent, but there's a lot of good stocks out there that are making some big comebacks. So we'll see how they pan out. I was getting a little nervous getting close to that 35,000. Walmart, yeah, that was a WMT. Yeah, once they came out that news announcement regarding about that settlement, you can see how that stock popped and had a really nice move because of it. But listen, that is brand name stocks. There's other stocks that we're going to trade. I want to start off what we traded yesterday because there were a couple of good moving stocks. First of all, Shutterfly has also been a very good swing trade. And remember, the goal is what we try to teach you here is that I kind of look at stocks that got very distressed. A lot of people out there are complaining their 401ks got crushed, this and that. I get it. Listen, not even if you traded a brand name stock, even if you traded, you think you were safe trading, Facebook or anything like that, was Meta trading at. I mean, these things were in a 300 price range. It was down almost. You talk about what happened with cryptocurrency. You see how we were at 77,000. Now we're down to 16,000. I mean, these stocks did the same. You just got to know how to trade them. And that's what we're looking for. The difference is I like this one because, obviously it's regulated, not crypto. But a lot of stocks moving out there. A couple other stocks that did pretty well, too, are doing all right. We got, obviously, Carvana took a little bit of a hit after we had a nice little run-up on that stock. But stocks like TBLT moved really nicely. $2 stock was up about 100%. There you have it, went to $4. We traded that yesterday. I think tonight, previous President Trump is going to make it a big announcement. I don't know if he's going to run again. I don't know what they're saying. I mean, there's been a lot of infighting in the Republican Party, but buy on rumors, sell on news. But that stock had a pretty decent pop. Very volatile stocks. Be very careful of that one. PDSB, another nice little cheap stock. Not the greatest, but it did gap up. It's picking up what it left off from the day before. From Friday, had a nice little move. AMC, we all know about that stock. AMC had a really nice move. Once again, buy on rumor, sell on news. AMC was a $5 stock, went as high as almost $8 because Black Panther, the movie, came out. I don't know if anybody cares about Disney movies or Marvel movies, whatever it is, but sure enough, these stocks did pretty well. So there wasn't that much going on yesterday, but we did get a couple of stocks that did make some decent moves. Now, let's go hop on over here and see what's trading for today, this morning. So we know that market's making a little bit of a comeback. We got a little bit of a rally, but there were other stocks that did move. I know this morning everybody was trading the stock as QH. Now, QH, it had a nice move around 745. So if you logged in early, you did pretty well. Went from $1.88 to 230 to 236. Then all of a sudden, the iceberg orders came out. right around that 2. You can see right here. You see how the iceberg order is starting to show up right here? And then it all of a sudden pushed it down. You see how they're starting to push it down right now? There's no real buyers. So the stock might be out of play right now. So I'm following the money, and the money's not there. But if those orders get done, we'll see how it plays out. But as of right now, I'm going to sit on the sidelines. Another big stock that gapped up really big yesterday, AZTA, but we're not trading that one. Big gap already. I mean, probably so it looks like it's buyout actually, but not really going anywhere. Peggy, that was another stock that looked pretty decent. Another stock from yesterday, really, really nice run, but it did it more in the after hours. And then Peggy right now is having a ladder effect going on. You could see how the ladders are it. You see the big iceberg order showing up. So there's a nice big iceberg order right around here, around 265 for about 40,000 shares. So it looks like that stock, obviously, at that price around 260, which is right around here. You see that big, big support level right there. Doesn't really help us because we're pretty much out of that money. But the more concerned about me is what's going to happen at 320. But this stock had we traded the stock. A lot of you remember this stock. We traded it back in October. It ran from $1 to $7. It was a great short squeeze, came back down. So, some of you go back and look how you trade it and see how it worked out for you. The stock gapped up, ugly pre-market, true. Another stock gapped up, not really doing too much here. Where are we? Up 14%. Anything else that came up? I didn't see that much in the most active that came up on the NASDAQ. Sophia, I had that one? No, I didn't have that one. Stock's going up. It's a slow stock, very inexpensive. Trade 300,000 shares. If you're like a beginner trader, slow trader, this might be up your alley. So this is like more of a level 1 stock. We traded it before. SOPA. So if you're one of those people that are very like nervous or get scared or maybe you think you're going to buy it, really good way to break yourself in. Always trade stocks with very, very tight, small spreads. These are all ECNs and everything else. TARC, not really interested. So this stock had a really hell of a nice bounce. Oh my God, this thing got crushed from almost at the $37 price, ran to 22, came back a little bit. How's it looking right now? We could put this on our watch list. TWST. Maybe they crushed it just a little too bad. This one's down. TBLP. This one we already know about. We know why it's down because as we were trading the other day, the thing was doing awesome. And here on the New York Stock Exchange, cheap low stock. Looks like it's just starting to make a little bit of move right now. Don't like the chart, how it's trending. The GRFX. But it's got a nice spread. I see some nice iceberg orders. Volume is extremely light. I'm going to put this on the C list because sometimes these things pop up out of nowhere. SE, a little bit more of an ETF, expensive. Stock took a big hit. Probably not interested in that. We know how it's very difficult to trade ETFs. These are all ETFs that are popping up here on the New York Stock Exchange. All these are really pretty much not interested. Yard, this stock is actually not bad. We traded this stock, YRD. If I go back, you can see how not the biggest of volume leaders, but it looks like it's starting to pick up some volume, 55,000 pre-market. It is an ETF. You got to be careful of that one too, because like I said, we're not going to see the iceberg orders on that one. So we might have to pass on that one. This stock is taking a hit. Looks like it's going lower. Yeah, it looks like a very crappy crystal ball watch list right there. So market right now, it's up about 370. Not really a big list in pre-market. It looks like it's been more of an overnight, due to the news numbers that came out. So the way I kind of trade a day like this is I will be a little cautious. Trade stocks that you're very familiar with. Obviously, if you have a favorite stock that you like to trade, then you just know the pattern, how it trades. Probably stick with that. Keep an eye on those orders. As of right now, to me, it looks like more of a nickels and dimes day. I'm not seeing any big iceberg orders that making some big pops. There might be some good opportunities, some swing trades. I would just be concerned about where we are right now on the Dow by testing that major resistance levels at those highs. Now, a couple of quick announcements before we go. At 10 a.m. and less than an hour from now, I'm going to be on Roger Scott's TV show. So for some of you know who Roger Scott is, if you didn't get the email alert, like I said, I will be doing a duet with him. I'll be on his show today. Josh at 11 o'clock is doing Traders Talk. We do every Tuesday in the Cyber Group room. And if you're on YouTube, Facebook Live, we're live here every morning at 9 a.m. and 2:30. You're more than welcome. Just like us and friend us. You could always just join us on our event and join a professional trading room that runs all day. In the meantime, guys, one last stock I just want to bring up. Michael D is saying, Fausto, could you go check out the was the PLTR? Yeah, we trade that stock many of times. Nice little trend, nice mover. Sad story about this stock. There was a trader that made a lot of money that that wanted to be a student of mine, and he couldn't join because he had the book. He didn't want to sell the stock because he wanted to liquidate some stock, and he did well. He had it on the IPO price, and you could see it right here. Yeah, back in here. I'll never forget this stock because we traded it. And he owned it at like $15, and he was at like 35, 40, and his broker told him it was going to 100. Well, and you could see like this was like right around this time. I thought he just wanted to talk to me because he wanted to brag how good he was doing. Well, sure enough, he calls me back here at 25. Hey, Fausto, what do you think? I'm like, you're not a student of mine. I don't know what to tell you. I mean, you own it. You should know what's going on. Call your broker. I mean, if you learned it, I would have probably taught you that people were dumping it. Well, sure enough, where you think the stock went? All the way here to 6. And and just a tip of the day, one of the biggest failure rates of today's trading is it's not about taking profits. People don't know how to take a loss. So this wasn't just a profit. He had a huge profit. I think he was up like maybe 100 grand on the trade. And he put like almost like $30,000 into it. And from a $30,000, $100,000 profit, now you figure he just lost half of it. Now that 30,000 is worth like maybe 15,000. So I don't know if he held it all the way down to the low, but I could tell you this: most people, 90% of them, don't sell. Okay, because they're so stuck into it, they want to make a comeback. But these are things that you learn. So let's not that happen to us. So just keep on learning. Do what we teach you. Be very conservative. Always think about taking a profit, and know when to cut your losses. So that's why you got to be listen to me with Roger Scott, and that's why you got to listen into Traders Talk with Josh on the Q&A that we do on Traders Talk. All right, everyone. Good luck today. Happy trading. Be safe. And like I said, don't get too cocky today, all right? We'll see you back here at 2:30.